Darcy and I were both really young. Darcy had just turned 21, I'd just turned 23. We were still kids ourselves. We did all the prenatal screenings, everything came back as normal, and then at the 20-week scan is when they discovered that something was wrong, and we were in genuine shock. There was a cardiologist there on standby waiting for Oliver to be whisked away. He had his echocardiogram and it was confirmed that he had truncus arteriosus.
Very rare, has the rarest form of his condition that there is. You sort of go, okay, well, I need to find a way to get through this and understand it, what we can do, what we can treat it, because that's all you can focus on.
From there, he sort of just lived in intensive care. So Darcy and I got to go home and we came home to an empty nursery, empty house.
Oliver was breathing quickly and he was showing signs of heart failure, and Oliver's heart defect was a little bit more complicated. He had some additional holes between his pumping chambers, he had some abnormalities in his lung arteries.
I remember I was holding Oliver on the day of his surgery. I looked at him and I took in everything about him, from his face to his hands to his nose, and I remember thinking, okay, if something happens to him when he's on that table, at least I've got this last image of him etched in my mind. When he first came out of his open heart surgery, he was actually intubated for 8 days and couldn't be touched for 8 days.
Things were going badly, essentially, because we thought, if he can't breathe, how is he going to get past this?
I wrote out an entire checklist of about 50 things that we needed to achieve to get home, and we completed every single one. Rob actually personally gave me a call to let me know that they weren't overly happy with what they were seeing, and they did believe that it was time for his second open heart surgery. And then I heard about Christian Brizard and I had a little look at him online and I was like, what a man.
What parents need to know is that nowadays probably 80%, 85% of the condition are treated very well and the results are spectacular.
You think you know what you're walking into, you think you have an idea, but it's actually never the same.
He'd just come off complete breathing support and he decided to go for a walk down the corridor. The nurses pod see him coming around the corner and they're all excited because he's up and he's walking. And I think that was one of the most vivid things that I can remember.
Patients like Oliver are at risk of getting a blood clot. It can be the difference between whether surgery is successful or not successful. Thankfully, we have medications to try and prevent blood clots in these children, but they are very complicated medications. They've been in a supportive environment for how many weeks, and then all of a sudden we say, now you can go home, but you've got to do X, Y, and Z.
She was my life source. She dealt with every phone call, every stress, every fall, every bump, every issue that I had surrounding. She was there. We did not know if these days were ever guaranteed. We did not know if we would ever get here, but we knew and believed in the Royal Children's Hospital, in science, and in this country, honestly.
I remember what it feels like. Waking up alone like you're missing every green light. Never reaching home.
The Royal Children's gave Oliver a second chance at life. They believed in him, they believed in us. When you tell people that he has a cardiac heart defect, they don't believe me. He knows that he's strong and he knows that he can overcome a lot, and he has been through so much. And I just hope that as he continues to grow, that he will become the best version of himself, the healthiest version of himself.